All right, everyone. I'm just going to make sure we're sharing the right screen here. Good to see you all. We are into our next lesson, lesson 7. Move instead of sitting down. All right. So as you can tell, this is going to be more of a lesson on being more physically active and moving our bodies around. So let's get started. Okay. We'll have our discussion. We got a little bit of a song. Remember, I can't sing very well, but you'll be able to do the sing along as much as possible. The exercise portion, and then we'll talk about the end and recover and finishing up, kind of going over what we did. All right, so here we go. We are going to our learning objectives for today. Identify some negative or not so good consequences of too much screen time. And ironically enough, you are learning this lesson while you're on a screen. So we're going to talk about having too much screen time and being on computers and iPads and tablets and stuff like that, video games, all of that. Then we're going to identify some go activities that can be done instead of that screen time. And then we're going to do some types of exercise that can be done while watching TV. Okay, here we go. All right. And in our discussion, what I want you to do is we're going to talk about screen time. Okay, and we are talking about, when we talk about screen time, think about all the things that you have, screens that you watch. And what are some of those things? Okay, think about school right now, especially right now. You have a computer or an iPad, or you have a tablet or maybe a phone. Okay, any electronic device that you're holding on to, or maybe you have to type on or push on a screen that you're looking at, that is what we talk about when we talk about screen time. Okay, so all of those things count as screen time. And what I want you to do is think about your day and how many times you're on one of those devices. Is it a little bit of the day, some of the day, most of the day, or all day long? Okay, so here we go. Oops. So we're going to use the words, okay, screen time to mean all of those different things: TV, watching a DVD, watching a video, watching the internet, computers, video games, all of that. Okay. Doctors and scientists say that kids your age should have no more than 2 hours of screen time a day. But a lot of us have more. Now, right now, as we're home and in virtual, we really almost don't have any choice but to have more than 2 hours because we're on the screen trying to learn so that we don't fall behind in our education. So it's a little bit tougher now. So that means once you're done with school and you're done with your virtual classes while you're on your computer and doing your work, you probably should actually put all that stuff away and try to just relax and not be on your screens all the time, because doctors and scientists are saying that it's not good for you. Okay. Think about how you feel after you watched a TV or a movie or a video, played a video game or played on the computer, or any of the held hand games like your tablets or other things that you have for a long time. They can make your eyes hurt. Okay, we talk about people wearing glasses just so that the screens are not bothering their eyes. I wear mine so that the screen, the light on the screen doesn't bother my eyes. If I was to teach all day like this, as you can tell, my eyes already squint just because of the way the screen is, the brightness of the screen. Even if I adjust it, it still hurts my eyes. So I've got some specialized glasses that help block off that glare and make it much easier for me to get through my day. Okay. You can also get headaches. I get headaches sometimes, well, especially when I'm working out with some of you during class and I'm working out, watching the screens, and my head starts to kind of get like, oh, I got a headache or a migraine. And then it's like, oh man, then I lose my motivation to want to do anything. Okay. So we're going to start with a sing along song that Jumpin' Jackie and Gus Goodfood made up. It's called Too Much TV. And let's see what they have to say. Here we go. So these are all of those things that we just talked about: the TVs, the phones, the iPads, computers, Game Boy, stuff like that. All right, we're going to sing along twice to this song. Remember, you can sing along in your own tune, your own voice, however you want to do. You can follow along with me. That is fine. And there's one line at the bottom that you're not going to see, but I will read it off when it comes to that point. It's called When You're Watching TV. Okay, so the name of this song is called Too Much TV. Here we go. Ready? Have you ever spent too much time in front of a TV? Well, I have, and I can tell you what happened to me. My eyes hurt, my head hurts, and later my legs hurt. So remember what I've said when you're watching TV. Okay, and you can go ahead and sing along to your own self. You can try to sing it on your own. If you want to put music to it, you can. But remember, think about what you are doing all that time when you are watching that TV for long periods of time or computer screens and such like that. Oops. Okay, so what can happen when you sit in front of those screens for a long period of time? I already said a couple of them. Remember, your eyes can hurt, your head and migraines start to hurt, okay? Your legs can hurt because you're not active. And you could actually make them fall asleep if you cut off the circulation, if you're just sitting on top of them, or if you're laying on your arm and cut off the circulation like I do in bed sometimes when I fall asleep, okay? So then your legs hurt and they ache and you're like, then you don't want to get up. So it's really important that, really important that you keep that body moving throughout the day and not doing as much on the screens as possible. Another problem with sitting in front of the TV and the screen is that you're not moving, like we just said. And if you have more than 2 hours of screen time, then you're probably not doing enough go activities and you're not probably being active enough during the day. So I want you to name a couple of go activities that you can do instead of playing on a computer or an iPad or something like that. Remember, all those go activities are the things that make you feel, or all of your bodies make you breathe harder, your heartbeat is faster, okay, you start to sweat, okay, your face gets warm, okay, those types of things, those types of activities, exercises that we do in class, stuff like that, games that we play. Oops. All right. So the purpose of this next part is we're going to talk about types of exercise that you can do while you're still watching TV though. Okay, so you can kind of compromise a little bit. All right. So do you remember the story in Hooray for Health earlier on when we talked about sugary woe beverages? Okay, Gus Goodfood told some kindergartner kids that if they drank too much sugary woe food, they could gain too much weight. And is gaining a lot of weight good for us? And the answer is actually no, remember. Okay, we don't want to gain a lot of weight. Sometimes we need to gain some weight to maybe help us put on some muscle. Over time, we put it on through muscle. We don't want to put it on through fat because that can actually start to hurt our bodies and cause other health issues that we don't want. Okay. Oops. There we go. Oops, forgot my question. There we go. So something that you can do, okay, to be healthy in replace of some of the screen time is you can do exercises while you're watching TV. Okay, so let's do some of those exercises at home instead of your screen time or while you're in front of the TV. And you can practice these on your own, okay? And when we're in class, you can take any of the exercises that we do when we're in class, and you can do these while you're watching TV. Just make sure that you're not blocking someone's view of the TV or whatever, or a movie, or you're not being too loud that you're causing people not to be able to hear it. Excuse me. I think I get up and move myself. Okay. So these are exercises, just some examples, but you could actually do the other ones that you have. So we have some examples. Oops. That's not what I wanted. You could do squats. Remember, arm circles. You could lift your knees up in the air. You could march in place. Okay, like you're in the Army or Navy. Toe touches, reach down, touch your toes, hopping on one foot, jogging in place, doing an imaginary jumping rope, jumping jacks. You can do all of these while still watching TV. Then watching that TV is not going to be as bad for your body because you're keeping your body physically active. Your eyes, you might have a little bit of trouble with those still because if you're still watching the screen and the eyes still have that connection. But if maybe you close your eyes for a couple of seconds while you're doing the jumping jacks to kind of give your eyes a rest, that may help you as well. Okay. So what are the things or the body cues, things that our body does to respond when we do exercise? Do you remember those couple, 3 or 4 things, even some other things for other people? Remember, you start to breathe harder. You start to sweat from different parts of your body. Your heart starts to beat faster to pump the blood out to your body, get the oxygen out to the muscles. And then your face or your body temperature gets warmer, okay? So all of these things are things that you can get your body to do by doing go activities. And you can do them while still watching TV or watching an iPad that might be already on a table or something in front of you. You can keep your bodies going to keep yourself healthy. And it's really important that you do that. Oops. All right, so now, and when again, our homework, don't worry about that part of the video right now because there's not much you can do on your own without being really in class. But if you do want a copy of that, you can just message me and I can send it home for you so that you and your adults at home can go through it and you can practice some of the things we've talked about in class over the last couple of weeks to try to keep your bodies healthy and strong. And you can practice singing the Too Much TV song as well. That is listed on there as well for you. Okay. All right. So we're almost done. Let's review. So here we go. Remember, how do go activities help us? Okay. Remember that you don't want to name what the activity is. You want to know what they're actually doing for your body. And remember, you're less likely, okay, to gain a lot of weight or too much weight. You're going to naturally probably gain some weight. I have over my years, and that's okay. Okay, but you don't want to gain too much weight where you're not having a balance of, man, put a couple pounds on, but you lose a pound or 2 a year. Put on a couple, lose a couple. Put on a couple, maybe lose 1 or 2. Okay, you don't want to have a big increase where you put on a lot of weight, but then don't lose any of it and then put on a lot more weight. And then that's when we have a lot more other health issues. Okay, your heart, your lungs, your muscles, those will all be stronger, okay, and work their very best for you. And you'll be able to run faster. You'll be able to learn better. Your brain will function better. You'll be able to play longer, play harder for a longer period of time. Overall, your body will feel better or should feel better. You should have more energy throughout the day. Okay, and remember, how many minutes a day should you do a go activity? Does anybody remember? We've talked about this multiple times before, and remember, it's 60 minutes. So every day you should be doing at least 60 minutes of go activities. If you want to do them while the family is watching TV in the background, go ahead. Do some activities then. Get that exercise in, okay? And remember that doing those on the screen time will help you in the amount of go activities that you have, but also you can also kind of substitute all that screen time or TV time or Game Boy time or what do you call it, video games and stuff like that. You want to supplement those or kind of switch those out with more activity and less of the sitting around and watching the screens all day. And it's really tough right now because we are at home so much more and it's so much easier to do, but we got to get out and move. I know I get out and walk the dog quite a bit. He likes to go out 3 or 4 times a day. So we go out 3 or 4 times a day when I get a chance. Sometimes I can just get up and walk up and down my stairs. Ooh, excuse me again. If you have stairs in a house, maybe you walk carefully up and down those a couple of times and get your steps in. Okay. So, and remember, we are trying to protect our eyes, our head, and our legs, okay, from all of the screen time that we have. All right. I want you to be healthy. I want you to be safe. Make sure that you keep your bodies moving. Try to eliminate as much screen time as you can. That doesn't mean stop going to school, though. I want you to go to every single class that you're supposed to be in, go to every single teacher, get all the work that you're supposed to do, but then think about how much time after school or before school that you're on your computer or your iPad or anything, games or anything like that, and try to do a little bit more physical activity, getting out and doing some more go activities. All right. Good job today. We will see each other. Don't forget to do your exit ticket on the Google Classroom, and we will see each other in our next lesson. Have a great day, great evening. Be safe, be healthy. Bye-bye.